La 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 la. Smart. Ready to go. You can do this. Hi everyone, Priest of Dispatches here. The date today is the 8th of October 2021. So this past weekend we had General Conference, the 191st semi-annual General Conference. So I'm just going to make a short video. Most of the time we like to take the piss, but in this one we're going to discuss something very serious, but not too serious. So here's a quick cockwomble. Remember guys, count the cockwombles and let us know in the comments how many you caught. This General Conference was particularly special as we were treated to a
multicultural choir.
Why there was any need to point out that a normal choir was a multicultural choir, we don't know. But as if to double down on the multiculturalism,
the choir will open this meeting by singing "Hark, All Ye Nations."
Ronnie Renland also took his opportunity in the spotlight to tell us what keeps him awake at night. What is it, Ronnie?
2,354
Is it particularly the number? Is it sheep? What is it?
things.
Seems legit. 2,354 things. Ronnie, I'm assuming you're going to write a book for the youth of the church. What are you going to call it?
2,354 things.
In other news, the church has issued a letter dated the 7th of October to say that they're running out of garments. So turn them inside out, wear them on your head, do whatever you got to do, but don't be like young Oliver here because you just ain't getting any.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Down to the meat of what we want to talk about today, the law of common consent. In the words of Joseph Fielding Smith from Doctrines of Salvation, no man can preside in this church in any capacity without the consent of the people. The Lord has placed upon us the responsibility of sustaining by vote those who are called to various positions of responsibility. So basically, it's like a double check. If the Lord, through the power of discernment, has called this person to that area of responsibility, but he might have missed something or not seen them, I don't know, going off with the neighbour's wife or the postman or having a cheeky spliff. He just wants to check with the general membership of the church, his spies, if it's all okay. So we have this vote, and everyone needs this vote before they are called so that we don't have anyone in the wrong place or not worthy of that calling. So let's take a look at how this works in reality. The church is set up like many multi-billion-dollar businesses with clear lines of authority and clear lines of communication. On the screen now you can see it's in a pyramid shape, a bit like a pyramid scheme. It's got multi-levels and money only goes from the bottom up. So yeah, maybe it's a pyramid scheme. I don't know. But we can see at the bottom are us lowly minions, the wards and the local congregations. And then there's a clear structure going up with the bishops, the stake presidents, a quorum of the 70s, etc. Right, this is all getting far too serious. Been sat for a long time, repeating myself over and over again. And yeah, this is just far too serious for Priest of Dispatches. So long story short, bishops called ward members, stake president calls stake call-ins, and so on going up. Yeah, it's pretty simple. If you oppose a ward calling, then the bishop speaks to you. If you oppose a stake calling, the stake president speaks to you. And yeah, they don't really take any notice. So, but what we're about to get to is the fact that at all stake conferences at all general conferences when I was growing up, they'd always stand up and they'd do the sustaining of church offices, and then they'd stand up at the end and they'd say,
"The voting in the conference center has been unanimous in favor of the proposals made."
Well, that's quite an assumption, isn't it? So what happens when you properly want to oppose, say, the president of the church or a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles? Can you effectively cast an opposing vote during General Conference? So I decided this time I would try to find out. Being sat at home, obviously, President Eyring couldn't see me, but President Eyring was good enough to give me the solution of what to do if I wanted to cast a dissenting vote.
If there are those who oppose any of the proposals, we ask that you contact your stake president.
Okay, so there it is. Contact your stake president. What the fuck is he going to do? He's that far down the totem pole from president of the church. How is my opposing vote of the president of the church given to my stake president going to make any difference when my stake president has no authority to make any change at the top? If it were a member of the stake I was opposing, he has the authority to make changes down the line, but not up the line. So not too sure how that was going to go, but I emailed him. I sent a very long email, courtesy of Nemo the Mormon, who has already put together a very well worded, very well referenced piece of literary genius for you to cast your opposing votes against the first presidency and the Quorum of the 12. I will leave the link to his video where he goes through how to do this in the description. So off it went, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, the stake president replied. Now, just to note, before we go through his reply, I no longer live in that stake, and I live a few hours away from him, and they don't have my new address. I don't want them to have my new address, so I didn't really want to set up a meeting with the stake president. But as you can see on the screen now, dear President, as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mormon, I'm hereby opposing the sustaining of Russell M. Nelson, Dallin H. Oakes, and Henry B. Eyring as prophets, seers, and revelators. I oppose the sustaining of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. I am sending you this letter in accordance with section 30.8 of the General Handbook, which states, and it goes on. You can read it again. Go and have a look. Nemo the Mormon, fantastic. Thank you so much. The president replied, let's call him President Bob. Dear Brother PD, thank you for your email regarding opposing the sustaining of current church leadership. It has been noted. Are you happy that you have expressed your views fully? And would you like to come and see me to talk about it? Kind regards, President Bob. Fantastic. Really nice of him. It has been noted. But what does noted actually mean? So I went back to President Bob. I wrote, hi, President. Thanks for your quick reply. It was a day, but it was better than I expected. Can I ask what noted means? Is this something you have passed on to the church leadership? Fat chance. Is it noted on my membership record? Are the statements regarding church leadership lying not troubling to you? I don't feel that a meeting would be beneficial at this point because I don't want to drive 3 hours to be told that my objection was noted. Regards, PD. He came back to me. This time he was only an hour or so later. So he was doing a good job. And just to say, President Bob is a lovely fella, and I feel like all of these brethren are doing the best they can with what they've been given. It's not their fault that the system, when it gets to opposing the president of the church, doesn't work. I mean, no shit, Sherlock. Why would they fix it? Just so that people could oppose them. Anyway, came back to me. Hello, Brother PD. Noted means I didn't scroll to the end of your email without reading both your comments and references. Very nice of him. No leadership are not informed. I am, as stake president, as far as it goes. No, your record is not annotated. I have a different perspective from yours, but completely respect your right to your opinion. I will always try to make myself available if you'd like to chat. I hope your family are doing well. Kind regards, President Bob. As I suspected, President Bob has no way to actually escalate my opposition. I did reply to him again. Hi, Bob. Thanks for your reply. My family and I are doing well, thank you. It's very nice of him to ask that. I respect your right to your beliefs, as you do mine, and I think that's great. My only concern would be that when the brethren stood up in conference this weekend and asked any opposers to send their opposing vote to the stake president, they didn't really care. It seems there is no real vehicle for any opposing vote to make any difference, and if that were the case, it would nullify the need for a sustaining vote, as the result doesn't matter anyway. Is there a way in which opposing votes are tallied and fed back to the brethren, even just as numbers? Thanks, PD. Now, I've not had a response to that. It's been 3 or 4 days and total radio silence. I'm assuming by that length of time, I'm not going to get a response from the stake president, and that this is the end of the matter. But you never know, because an assumption just makes an ass of you and me. So what have we learnt today? 1. The law of common consent is dead when it comes to opposition of church leadership above that of stake president. 2. Sending your opposing vote to the stake president is bullshit. It will be noted and ignored. Point number 3. Jesus doesn't see it all. If Jesus saw everything, then that person obviously is right and okay to be called. There's no need for an opposing vote. We could maybe just have a confirming vote for people to add the lovey-doveys to it. Jesus clearly doesn't see everything, so crack on, boys. Interestingly, this past month at Sunstone UK, we were treated to a talk on common consent from Stacey Cram, a member of the first presidency of the Community of Christ. Community of Christ is the new name for the reorganized church, the arm of the church that didn't go with the Brighamite sect to Utah, but remained behind with the Smith family. During that talk, Stacey gave out her email address and said that anyone could contact her if they had any questions. I decided I would contact her and just thank her for her talk. And what would you know, in the next couple of hours, a member of the first presidency from a rival church returned my email with thanks. We can take our issues to the leaders, just not in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Thanks everyone for watching. If you made it through that, I hate doing these pieces to camera, but I thought there was a lot in there that we needed to piece together and put out there. This coming Sunday we have an after dinner chat live, thank goodness, with the Bear of Leeds, Brian Middleton. That'll be on the YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks very much. If you made it through, great. Any questions in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to let us know how many cockwombles you caught.